on guys, welcome back to another Simpsons Tapped Out. Today guys, I'm going to be counting down the top 5 ScratchR tickets that there are in the Simpsons Tapped Out. So yeah, there's actually only 5 ScratchR tickets that there are in the game anyway, but I thought I'd just put them from worst to best. So first off, at number 5 I put here is the normal ScratchR ticket. Now I'm sure you guys have always used this in the past, maybe not nowadays anymore, just because it's kind of useless anyway. So it is pretty cool. It does cost $250 in-game money to actually use. The jackpot for it is $10,000, which is great. It's always in the game. But I know, like me, you guys might not use it as much today, just because like you probably don't even need money these days because you hardly even use your cash in the game. Well, personally, I don't anyway. Maybe you guys do. Depends what level you're on or where you are in the game. But it was cool. I remember using it quite a lot when I started off the game. It's great just to use $250, and you never lose money either. I think the minimum you get is like just over $300, which is fine. But you know, $10,000 if you ever got lucky enough to get that jackpot. That's great, you know. That kind of money back in early days of playing Tapped Out through a level is great. It's really valuable. So it is a good scratch card. I mean, technically all these scratch cards are pretty good, have their good values, but I guess we can move on now. It's actually the only ScratchR card that gives you money, by the way. I didn't mention that. All the others actually no, it's the only ScratchR card that gives you money and actually is technically free. What doesn't cost real money. It costs $250 in-game money. But anyway, now I guess we can move on to our first one for that actually costs real money, which is at number 4. A bit confusing, is the golden ScratchR ticket. It's a pretty old one now, I would say. It's always in the game, I do believe. It costs $1.99 real money. It's something like that anyway. Depends where you live in the world. It might actually cost like a different price. The jackpot for it is 100 donuts, which is great, I believe. I mean, it's not as good as all the others, but I remember when it first came out, it was really good. I couldn't believe that, you know, there was a scratch card that would actually give you money. I think the minimum of donuts you get from it is like, is it 6 or 9 donuts? I'm not too sure. You guys can see the pictures on the screen. You can see for yourself. The golden ScratchR card, though, is really good if you guys are really looking for money. But money, donuts is what I'm meant to say. But I know a lot of people don't even like spending money on donuts anyway, because it's kind of, you know, useless. But I know some people do. I personally don't, but that's for you guys to decide. But yeah, that's our number 4. And moving on now to number 3 is the platinum ScratchR card, which is not currently in game. This actually comes into the game now and again, only for like special events, whatnot. Yeah, this is another one that costs real money. The jackpot for it is 1,000 donuts, which is great. It's really good. Definitely better than 100 donuts. I do really like it. What's the minimum? I think the minimum is 100 donuts. I'm not too sure, but it's a great one. I remember when it first came out, it was a bit weird at first, but I got used to it. I've only used it a few times though. I don't know if it's going to be worth the money. I don't know if it might be more expensive than the golden ScratchR card. I'm honestly not too sure, but of course, like I said, it does definitely cost. But it's up to you guys if you're ever going to get it. But I put that at number 3 because it gives you a decent amount of donuts. So now moving on to number 2 is the holiday ScratchR card, which I believe costs around about the same price as the others. I'm not too sure. The jackpot for it is 2,400 donuts, and it's from the Christmas update from 2017. That's the first time it came in, and I put this at number 2, not number 1. But actually, the one at number 1, believe it or not, costs the exact same. Is pretty much exactly the same. You'll see in a minute when I tell you. But yeah, it's a nice ScratchR card. I did like to have one during the Christmas update. It did help me out a little bit because I was slowly running out of donuts, and I did buy one. I did make a video on it, you guys might have seen. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go check them out. But yeah, that's pretty much it on that. There's not really much else to talk about with that one. Moving on now, I guess, to number 1, and this is where it gets a little bit weird to putting this at my number 1, because it's pretty much exactly the same as the holiday ScratchR card. The jackpot for it is the same, 2,400 donuts, which, you know, it's weird. Very weird ScratchR cards when you come to think of it, because they're the only two pair of ScratchR cards that earn the same currency, 2,400 donuts for, you know, the jackpots. So it's very weird. I don't know why they cost exactly the same, but it's fine. I don't really mind. But I put it at number 1 just because I don't know. I like the ScratchR card better, much better than the holiday ScratchR card, just because it just looks cool. I don't know why, but yeah, this is from the Halloween update from 2017, and yeah, I believe that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to say on it. I don't really know what else to say really, but let me know, guys, if you've ever used any of these ScratchR cards before. Let me know if you're planning to get any of them in the future. I'm sure they will return again. Only 2 of them are currently in the game. I do believe that's the normal ScratchR and the golden ScratchR, but all the rest aren't at the moment. Hopefully we get more in the future. That would be really nice. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed. Let me know what your top 3, top 5 is, maybe up to you, or let me just let me know what your favorite ScratchR card is altogether. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, which should be coming online very soon. So yeah, guys, thank you, and yeah, goodbye.